Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for ScubaRadio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that ScubaRadio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for ScubaRadio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me.
Good to be here, Greg. How are you?
I am swell.
You're swollen?
Yes, always. Aren't you?
His tongue is all puffy and swollen.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just. But there's an ointment we have that'll take care of that. Clear that right up. We also connected via the web outside the studio. We have the ScubaRadio Scuba Squad made up at the moment. Casey the Tobacco Nut, Jerry the Diver Guy. We're going to be joined by some others here in just a bit. Also, Dr. Doug Ebersol is standing by, probably with ointment. So, we got him. He's on the road. I know he might be doing a call right now, but we haven't had him on. Well, at least this year. So we figured it'd be a good time to get him on. Dr. Doug, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Good to hear from you.
Yeah. Now, are you on your way to dive, or are you getting ready? Are you out of the water and coming home? What are you doing right now? Exactly.
We were, my wife and I are up in St. Augustine yesterday and today, so we're actually driving home to Lakeland. So
okay.
She's driving so I can talk.
I got you. All right. Well, perfect. Well, we'll bug the crap out of them then. That'll be good. Yeah, but you weren't diving in St. Augustine. The weather's been crappy.
No.
This week in Florida.
Carol's from St. Augustine, and we'd gone up and looked at the Nights of Lights. They have a special light festival.
Oh,
so we just got to spend the night back home.
Well, that sounds good. Yeah, you got to find things to do on your service interval.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, divers, we can't spend 24/7 underwater as much as we would like to. But I'll tell you, I was having a conversation with a fellow diver yesterday, and I was saying, here in Florida, where we're based, Orlando, the weather's been really, really cold this week. I mean, we've been in the 50s, and of course, if we would have been face to face, he would have smacked me because
right,
he's way up north and that kind of thing. But I was like, I can't dive. It's too dang cold. He's like, quit being a wuss, and I'm like, well, that's what I am. I'm a warm water wuss. And more
all those times that you told me to suck it up.
Yes, and did you?
Suck it up, loser.
You didn't do it though, did you? You're not diving today, Jerry the Diver. Well, that made me think that maybe we ought to loosen our thresholds on that. The 80 rule.
Never.
Well, man, I mean, look, Casey the Tobacco Nut lives over there in Cave Country, not far from. Where they dive with the manatees and Crystal River and Homosassa.
Manatees are in right now.
They are in, and it's a good time to, even as a warm water wuss, it might be a good time to plan a visit over there. It's peak season for the manatees.
Well, we can drop our warm water wuss temperature down to 72, but nothing below 72.
Oh, you think? Really?
Well, that's the temperature coming out of the springs. That's what they tell me.
Right.
Rarely.
And then behind Jerry the Diver Guy, it's a good 98. But I'm just saying.
I don't pee in my wetsuit, though.
Okay, whatever. Yeah. He craps in his wetsuit. Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
Oh.
Don't do that either.
Okay. Hey, look, brown trout.
Where the hell are all the sharks?
Just because those bubbles come out his ankles doesn't mean anything bad.
That's enough. Jeez. All right. Well, look, the thing is, though, should we be a little bit more open to doing some of this type of diving, colder water diving, or even better yet, just plan a thing over to Crystal River with the manatees, Devil's Den. A thing popped up on my radar. I saw an amazing picture of Devil's Den where the light was just, coming down through the surface because they have all that moss. I mean, it looks really creepy, but really, really cool. I saw an amazing photo this week at Devil's Den. I was like, yeah, it's been years since I've been over there. So what do you think, Jerry? You want to go and do some diving like that? And then it doesn't really matter what how cold the ocean is. We can go out and do some of that 72-degree water.
I'll be more than happy to put a 7mm wetsuit on.
Yeah, okay. You don't have to put a 7mm on a 72.
Yes, I will. I'm a warm water wuss, Greg.
Well, I am too, but I can even tolerate 72 for like 45 minutes for one dive in a 3mm. You don't need a 7mm.
Got to psych yourself up. Be like, oh, this is going to be fun. Here we go.
No, we did it. We already did it, Greg.
Yeah, well, I've done that. I'll say on the
Maybe
second
with a
dive,
hood.
I can't deal like 2 dives.
I lose a lot of heat
Well,
from my head.
Come on. As an instructor, Greg, I was in the water 3-4 times a day at Alexander Springs.
Right. And your point is what?
That's where you got to suck it up. You're only going to be cold for a minute or two, and then you numb out.
That's what gave him the brain damage.
Yes, true. But the thing is, you can. I could pull out my heated rash guard, and put that under my 3mm, and I'll be good for the second dive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Dr. Doug.
That luxury, though, Greg.
Well, okay. Well, yeah, but you say you don't pee in your wetsuit, and you're a liar. So there you go. There's your solution right there. Now, Dr. Doug. What about you? What? I mean, does the cold water of the springs bother you? Because you're doing it all the time anyway. What do you wear?
I do it in a dry suit.
Dry suit. Okay. So
you do not seriously.
He does, I guess.
Well, most of my dives in the springs from caves and stuff are 2.5 hours.
Right.
So
yeah.
Once you get used to getting ready for when I go in the springs, I know my weighting and everything else in the dry suit, so I just wear the dry suit. That's what I'm used to doing.
Okay.
I mean, I can do it at 3mm, for an hour or something like that. But if you've got the dry suit, why not stay comfortable?
Right. And I mean, you're in a dry suit, so you're not relieving yourself in your dry suit.
If we're serious.
Well, wait. Do you got one of those valves? You probably do got one.
Yeah, I have a pee valve.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna swim behind Dr. Doug either. Then. It's like, do you warn your people behind you, or are you just like, hey, it is what it is? Yeah, you don't tell them. There's no like expression on your face like Jerry does when he's lying that he doesn't, and he looks back at the dive buddy behind him, and he just kind of gives him a little wink, like, enjoy.
I always thought he was just concentrating.
You think? Well, you and your golden showers, get ready. That's kind of what old Jerry's doing. Yeah. So even though he says he doesn't, like every other diver on the planet,
liar.
Exactly.
I will be honest with you. I do not.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lesson from that.
A lesson, and what lesson
you got
would
a
that?
Rash?
No, I had some rental gear, and a student peed in one.
Okay.
And I put it in the box. Rinsed them off, everything else. Put them in
rinse
my
bucket. You mean
my tote to store it.
Okay.
And left it in the back of the vehicle for the next class. It's about 90 degrees that week.
Right.
And open it up
exploded.
And it smelled like the outhouse. So there was 5 wetsuits shot to hell.
Really?
But you have to dry them out first.
So I do not pee in no wetsuits.
Okay, but you're supposed to wash them off.
I did.
Error.
You did?
And it did not work.
So you're saying the guy had like super urine or something?
Undoubtedly.
Okay. Or had a lunch
he didn't have
of
enough
asparagus.
zinc in his diet.
You think that's what it is? I don't know what
he must have had something in his diet because
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, live and learn. I mean, for the record, I don't either. I mean, I don't. But,
God.
Yeah. Not in my wetsuit. Now, if it's a rental, let it go.
Everybody else
care.
already has. Why not you?
Right.
Yeah.
But if it's mine, heck no. No, I'm not going to do that. But, to each his own. Like I said, there's divers that...
you almost have to because you have to stay hydrated. You're constantly sucking water.
Well, it's hard not to sometimes. Yeah, you get into one of those
You can time it, to get to the boat's head. Great. But invariably, as soon as I jump in, I'm like, oh.
All right, never dive, behind Cock Johnson. We're learning
advice.
A little bit too much about the ScubaRadio Scuba Squad.
I'm honest.
Yeah, okay. Liar. More coming up.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Does diving in the Florida Keys for free sound too good to be true? It's not. Dive to make a difference and clean our seas in the second annual Trash Derby Dives, May 2nd through 5th. Sponsored by iCare and the National Marine Sanctuary Foundation. Win big prizes for bringing up the most trash. Free spots with dive operators from Key Largo to Key West are available now. Get details and sign up at iCareTrashDerby.com. Brought to you by the Monroe County Tourist Development Council.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Did you ever take an acid?
No.
All right. What happens when you take acid or go scuba diving is the same thing. If you take acid or go scuba diving, you come back. But you're a little different.
I'm a deep sea diver. Got a stroke and I can't go wrong.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. We're on the Virgin Voyage cruise ship, and we heard that song, Deep Sea Diver. I think it's an oldie but a goodie. And
I do remember that now.
Vaguely. Are you having a flashback?
No,
it's
not
kind of
a flashback.
What? PTSD?
That would involve LSD, dickweed,
okay, or booze.
No, you don't get flashbacks from booze.
Yeah. Well, the weather was pretty crappy when we were on that cruise ship. We were kind of cold, and all we had to do, we had to drown our sorrows at the bar instead and talk about diving as opposed to do the diving. You got to think of warm thoughts, maybe to take your mind off of the weather around you, especially when you're getting blown out like that, and the temperatures are too cold. You got to think of warm things. I mean,
nuclear apocalypse.
Well, that or maybe this.
Start every morning right with Scuba Radio breakfast sausages. They're delicious sausage links shaped like little air tanks. Yum. Enjoy sausage-flavored sausage or new chewy nitrox flavor.
Oh, nasty. They look like turds.
They look like turds, but they're good. No, they're not turds. They're air tanks. Look, greasy little air tanks made from real pork and pork byproducts.
Gross. I'm chucking these in the toilet.
No, don't. Scuba Radio breakfast sausages. Collect 5,700 box tops and get a free Scuba Radio safety sausage.
Disgusting. The safety sausage looks like a giant turd, too.
They're not turds!
They look like turds.
Are you blind? They're obviously air tanks! Anyone can see that!
They look like turds, but they're good.
Okay. Maybe not. I was thinking if you thought of the Scuba Radio breakfast sausages,
Sizzling little air tanks.
Yeah, that would bring, warm your heart and your soul.
It worked for me.
Did it?
Yeah, I cracked myself up.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right. But other than that, you need a dry suit or maybe one of them heated rash guards.
I think a
under your
5
wetsuit.
mil, I'll be all right for the springs.
5 mil, maybe. I like the heated
That's
rash
2
guard
more
thing.
mil than a 3 mil.
Well,
Yeah.
I
now,
did the math.
hang on here a minute.
Okay, I'm hanging on, Jerry. What?
CJ freezes more than anybody.
Why do you say that?
Well,
right. I get
heck,
cold.
he had a 5 mil on in Fiji and he's freezing to death.
That wasn't
Yeah.
a 5. I think that was a 3.
Yeah, that would have been a 3.
It was a 3 that
I
didn't
don't
fit.
know.
It was a 3 that didn't fit.
Look, did he ask you to cuddle?
What? Shut up, Greg.
Yes,
Oh.
he did.
Well, I
You
mean,
leave your fantasies out of this, Greg.
quiet. That's enough.
Save that for off the air.
Okay. But
what
no,
did
it
you
was.
have on when we were in the Bahamas, CJ?
3.
Yeah, when we did
3?
the hammerhead dive.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, that's what we were doing. 3 mil. Yeah, that's what I usually
That
do.
wasn't super cold. It was a little
70. What did we say?
chilly.
Like 78
yeah,
or
something
so.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, which isn't terrible. It's refreshing.
But I wanted to do that so bad.
Well, those heated rash guards, I think,
Ignored
they do the trick for me.
I've never used one, so I got to check that out.
Yeah, I mean, you can get them for less than $1,000 now.
And
you
so
just-
far, they've protected you from those rashes. That's good.
Yeah, well, bonus. Unless you turn the heat up too much, and then it'll brand you. Yeah, I had that. I think the newer models probably aren't as bad, but they have these wires that go through them, like just like those those heated battery powered jackets you could buy at Kohl's or someplace, or Dick's Sporting Goods. They make those for divers. Heated rash guards, and surfers use them out in California quite a bit. But if you wear one of those under your dive, under your wetsuit, it's like relieving yourself constantly because it heats the water. That thin little layer of water that is what protects you with a wetsuit. That's what a wetsuit's doing. It's just creating a thin little layer of water all around your body.
So what are they, just battery powered?
Yeah. And, they're not too uncomfortable either. I mean, I have an old one that still works.
Does
And,
it short out with urine?
No. Not that
Wait,
I
how
would
do you
know.
know? How do you know, Greg?
Yeah, it's funny. No, they they're designed to be used in the water. But there's only there's not a ton of companies that make them. There's 2 big ones that I can think of off the top of my head, but I'm actually, the name is escaping me.
Piss clams.
Nope, that's not it.
That's not it?
That's not it.
Sorry.
One of the ones is Thermolution.
There it is, Thermolution. Dr.
Yeah.
Doug knows.
And then the other one is the Venture, which is a little bit more expensive that a lot of people use under dry suits.
Gotcha. Oh, so they make one for dry suits too, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had one of the Thermolutions. I put under it. You put under a dry suit as well, but the real fancy ones, Venture makes a really, really nice one, but they're a lot more expensive than Thermolution.
I gotcha.
Can you change the
temperature
power of it? Like if you're already underwater and you're like, ooh, it's a little too hot.
Yeah, the one I have has 3 settings. So, low, medium, high. And what you got to be careful of there, I mean, like I said, I wasn't joking. I had one of the mermaids years ago brand herself because she turned it up too high during the dive.
Wow.
And she stayed warm, but when she took her wetsuit off, it left a mark. And she had it was like suntan.
She looked like a whopper.
Yeah, it was kind of, it's like, hey, what'd you do there? She says, well, I think I burned myself. I was like, okay, well, you might have had it turned up too high.
And those mermaids.
Yes. The trick is with those is, you want to just have it warm enough. You don't really want to go toasty because there's some physiology issues about getting too artificially heated underwater that they said back in the day, and maybe Dr. Doug knows more about this because he follows this kind of stuff, but it can increase your chances of decompression sickness if you use them too much or something, or you're too heated. Is that right, Dr. Doug? Or what do you know?
Well, the idea is if you're warm, you're going to be on-gassing more because you're getting more circulation.
Yeah.
So what you don't want to do is be warm at the beginning of the dive or working part of the dive, but then be cold like on decompression or your safety stop, because then you're not going to be off-gassing very efficiently. So the better way to use them, which is the way no one uses them, is to be cold the first part of the dive and then turn them on at the end of the dive, so you kind of warm back up while you're kind of off gassing. Then
Right.
is the best way to do it.
Yeah. But once again, just use them just enough to keep yourself comfortable. Don't go nuts. Right? That would make sense as well. It's kind of maybe goes back to the thing where you shouldn't really be getting into a hot tub after your day of diving. They kind of frown on that possibility too. It's one of those things. It kind of lends itself. Doesn't mean you're going to be more. You're going to be in danger at all. It's just you want to stack the cards in your favor and make sure you know what you're doing.
Cold butterscotch pudding.
That's what you're going to wrap yourself in under your wetsuit?
That's what I put in the hot tub.
Just chocolate pudding under your wetsuit.
Bowl of chocolate pudding.
Not chocolate.
Not chocolate. Vanilla. Tapioca.
I said butterscotch.
Oh, butterscotch. I'm sorry. Okay.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Just 9 degrees north of the equator lies a cluster of islands that stretch for 600 miles in the Pacific Ocean. Yap, the land of stone money, provides a level of marine biodiversity, culture, history, people, and natural beauty that'll leave you in awe. With miles of unspoiled reefs and very few visitors, divers will enjoy having an entire reef to themselves. Plus, Yap's world-famous resident population of manta rays make for a bucket list dive experience that's great year-round. Plan your visit to Yap now by going to visityap.com. That's visityap.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Bimini has some absolutely outstanding scuba diving. It's the situation between the Gulf Stream just being a mile and a half offshore to the west and the mangroves and Bahama Bank off to the east. Very, very few places can match up to what Bimini offers.
On Bimini Island, oh, Bimini Island, join the raging grapevine. On Bimini Island, oh, Bimini Island, join the raging grapevine.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Bimini, yeah, one of our favorite places to dive for sure, where you might see a rake and scrape band. That Calypsonians. They might greet you at the airport or when you head over on a ferry or something. We got the dive god on the phone right now. Neil, how you doing, buddy?
Fantastic, my friend. Fantastic.
Yeah, no, we've been talking about how to stay warm on cold dives. Like right now, even in Bimini, the water could be, just under 80. Maybe just barely beating your 80 threshold.
Yeah, might be a fraction under my 80 degree. But, a proper wetsuit, you're fine.
Yeah. Do you have any...
the justification for the cold water is seeing the great hammerheads.
Right.
And you forget about the water temperature. They're so magnificent.
Right. Well, when you see a 12-foot, 14-foot great hammerhead, you have no problem producing excess urine in your wetsuit to stay warm.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, it's a thing, isn't it? Do you have any other techniques? What do you do to stay warm?
He doesn't get cold. He's the dive guy.
Well, that's true. I guess that's true. But do you have any other tricks? I mentioned a heated rash guard and things like that, or just a thicker wetsuit.
Believe it or not, the best way to stay warm is a hood.
Yeah.
I don't like them, but it makes all the difference in the world.
Okay.
What did I say earlier?
Cock Johnson feels vindicated right now.
I said that earlier.
Yeah.
Hood.
Well, there you go. I at least wear a beanie, so that helps. Yeah. No, you don't like
better if it comes up your whole neck, though.
Well, probably so, but a beanie helps. as well.
No, you just look like a dork.
Well, I'm channeling.
That can't be helped. I understand. But
Well,
you're not helping yourself.
I'm channeling Barry the Bugger. He's not here.
Probably not the
He
best.
wears one
Probably
when
not
he's
the
not
good
even
idea.
diving. Well, that's probably true.
I'm here to help.
Okay, thank you for that intervention. But Neil, I we can't talk about it just yet, but we do have some big news possibly to share about the Dive God here in a few weeks. I don't know. Can we tease them at all, you think? Or we got to keep that under wraps for now, I think, don't we? It's just a way to, I don't know, give the Dive God his accolades properly. I'm gonna leave it at that. Is that fair?
Yeah.
It's something big, though. Let me say that. And I know everyone's looking at me and they're listening.
I hope it's a documentary.
Son of a bitch.
I hope it's a documentary.
Yeah. Well, it could be. Might be that. Might be something else. But
and you haven't told us either.
I haven't.
We have no
can't.
idea what you're talking about.
I'm sworn to secrecy. But there's some big stuff in the works over the coming weeks that we hope to share. About the Dive God and his contribution to the industry and that kind of thing. So we'll leave it at that for now. But what have you been up to other than just trying to stay warm? I mean,
just had a great holiday, with the family, and actually I was trying to get over to Bimini this weekend to dive with my son, but had a little problem getting there. The ferry's not running. The ferry doesn't run in January, I think, till the 26th. And of course, that made it a little difficult to get over. But we're having a great season with the hammerheads. We're having more this year than we had last year, and you get the 2-for-1. Our resident tiger shark is coming in almost every one of the hammerhead dives. So
nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Do you know the name of them? I mean, what was the one that came in on our dive? You guys remember? Because they have names for all of them. And it was something.
If you said it, I'd remember.
It was something like Sharky or something funny. But yeah, we had a great hammerhead and a tiger shark show up at the same time. They said that isn't very common, but that's happening right now in Bimini this year.
It is, yeah, through April. And, when the ferry starts running again at the end of this month, a really cool opportunity is you can do a day trip on that ferry and do a hammerhead dive. You can leave at 9 in the morning. You get there at 11. Get a bus down to the dive shop. Book an afternoon hammerhead trip.
Nice.
Do the hammerheads and be back in
Late
Fort
that
Lauderdale
night.
that afternoon.
Yeah, that would be a pretty
we
cool
gotta do
adventure.
that.
That'd just be, the thing is, you get over to Bimini. I never want to just
leave.
Pop over and go. I want to go and stay a few days.
Well, they want you to
I
leave.
Well, that's true.
I don't recommend day trips as the perfect scenario.
Right.
But if that's all you can squeeze in, if you happen to be in South Florida or something, it's a great side trip.
Yeah. Why do they shut the ferry down in January? Just because
they
of seas?
schedule maintenance every January.
Oh, okay.
So it's a normal thing.
Yeah. I mean, and right now the seas can be pretty iffy day to day.
Yeah, January is certainly iffy with the seas. So that's one of the reasons they schedule it for that period.
I mean, if we got blown out on a massive cruise ship, we thought for sure we'd be good, but 2 out of 3 times.
Maybe February would be a good time to do that. Sneak down and hit the ferry
on Valentine's Day,
or any day.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, on Valentine's Day ferry. It's kind of like Cupid, the whole thing. It would all tie together, right?
If you say so.
I'm sure Jer Bear would go.
Okay. Well, yeah. Jerry just perked up. He goes, yeah, okay, why not? I can do that. Sure. But anyway, all right. Well, good stuff. Real quick, too, we want to mention that there's some dive shows coming. They're going to be here before we know it. And let's see, there's... at the end of January, there's a travel adventure show in New York. We're going to be going up there for the first time ever. And then shortly thereafter, we got Boston Sea Rovers. End of March, we're going to have Beneath the Sea. I know you and Junior are both one or the other are going to be at those events and getting ready for the dive season and sharing the love of diving with our northern neighbors. Correct, Neil?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's I pray for terrible weather when I go up there, because there's nothing better than having people trudge through snow and they come to your booth and you got pictures of the palm trees and the beautiful water.
Right.
And you say, this is where you could be instead of in this place.
Yes. Well, I know our friends from the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism are going to be at the Travel and Adventure Show that I'm going to go to for the first time at the end of January up at the Javits Center in New York City. So I think I'm going to see that because you do. It's funny when you go in the dead of winter to these northern places like this, and you talk about the Bahamas or some cool Caribbean destination, warm weather. I mean, it's an interesting dynamic because they're super dedicated divers in those parts of the country. And then you're like, oh, yeah, this is what we have all the time. Why don't you come see us?
I always make it a point a couple of days before I fly up for the show. I lay out in the sun for like 3 hours and get a sunburn on my face and go up there and say, oh, man, I'm afraid I won't feel.
Exactly. It's just what you do, when you, are from that neck of the woods. So I don't know. We're going to go up there, rub it in. They may hate us. I don't know. We'll go up there and see.
It's just a way to say "suck it, losers" without saying "suck it, losers."
Well, I'll probably just say that too. I wouldn't hold back.
You're not as subtle.
Yeah, but they take it. They're New Yorkers up there, so they're used to a harder edge look at life in that regard. So it'll be good stuff. All right, Neil Watson, Scuba Adventures there in Bimini. Look him up, Neil. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Have a great one, guys. Talk soon.
There you go. Dive God, Neil Watson. And like I said, we got some big news about him over the next few weeks. It's going to be fun. You're going to like this.
I'm intrigued.
You are intrigued. I have teased you enough, have I? I'll tease you some more. I will. More coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Got every apparatus unknown to man, breathing tube, goggles, flippers. What are you looking for? It's a pool, there's no coral. I had none of this growing up. I asked my father, Dad, I want to look underneath the water. Open up your eyes!
Diving, whatever it may take, I keep on trying. Diving into you.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. I think we just figured out a way to get over to Bimini. We could take the fast ferry. We could fly. I have some contacts because of Just Plane Radio. We could fly a private plane, and I explained to CJ and Bubble Boy that it could be in the works where Captain Dennis from the Just Plane Radio flies his plane. I get a plane, and you guys could fly with me and Dennis, and we'll just do a little private jaunt over to Bimini. That is one of the best places for a private pilot in general aviation to fly over.
CJ, you're flying with Greg. I'm flying with Dennis.
Yeah, and
nope.
No. What do you mean nope?
You're not even a pilot yet.
It's only like 45 miles from
But you're not
Fort
a
Lauderdale.
pilot.
Yeah, but it is. I can take off and fly easy.
Yeah, but can you land?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter to me.
You can wear your dive gear in the airplane.
Listen to me. I love a good giant stride entry, but not that high.
This sounds like John's last conversation he had.
John.
Yeah.
I don't.
John F. Kennedy Jr.
No.
Current events, Greg.
Greg's not instrument rated, but that's okay. He can
You don't
fly
need
by
to
sight.
be. I'm telling you, flying over to Bimini
Who are you,
from
Peter Pan?
Florida is actually quite easy. It's one of the easiest flights you can take.
Then how come you've
Greg,
never
I'll
done it?
fly with you.
Yeah, okay, Casey.
Greg,
I'm good. I have no fear Greg's flying.
Greg, have you ever heard of Flight
Especially since I
19?
can fly my own plane.
Yeah. What is going on there? I hear some
I
backscatter.
think Vinny just popped in and he's
somebody's
somebody's
that
got something
Vinny?
going on there.
Yeah, I heard some kind of speaker on.
Turn
or
your
something.
radio down. Okay.
There we go. Yeah, Vinny Two Tanks is with us now. So there you go. So we got old Vin with it. He'd fly with me. Vinny, you'd fly if I was piloting the airplane like a small aircraft. You'd be my co-pilot and fly to Bimini, wouldn't you? To do some diving.
As long as you have a legal license, I would.
No, who cares about that? That doesn't matter.
Safety
I'm
last.
telling you what, Greg, I'm going to be your only taker.
I probably would if you want to take a risk, I'd take a risk.
All right, see, he likes to live life on the edge, and God knows that's what he'd be doing. But no, if I do it, obviously I'll have my.
I'd sooner take a helicopter in a thunderstorm than fly with you.
Really?
Yep.
You believe in me that much or that little? Right.
Greg, I would fly with you to the Bermuda Triangle any day.
Yeah, why not? I'm telling you.
Greg has a lot to live for. He has a beautiful family.
That's
He's
right.
got a great job.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to crash because it affects me too.
Yeah,
I
you won't be
don't
able
think
to
the
go diving
Bermuda
anymore.
Triangle takes any of those things into effect. It just snaps its fingers, and you're in a vortex.
No, that's
third
all
dimension.
hogwash. Yeah, but I'm telling you, that is the way to do it. If we could orchestrate a couple planes and throw some,
I'd rather take the fast ferry.
I mean, I would put you guys. I could carry a couple people in a small little 4-seater. You would be what we call in the aviation world parasitic drag.
See, I would listen to the dive guy before you. No offense. No offense at all.
You would do what?
Listen to the dive guy before you.
Why?
Because he just mentioned the ferry.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that sounds like a great
well,
idea.
yeah, but what if you get what if it's blowing too much and the seas are too high? You could still fly.
Well, I would
fly
know.
over there.
You could check that out before you get on the ferry.
Well, right.
But just go ahead and book Silver Airways and be done with it.
No, that costs too much. And then you got to go by their schedule. When you fly yourself, you just go whenever you want to go, pretty much. I mean, you have to do some scheduling.
I only know one guy with a plane, that's Dennis, and then he can only carry so much in that little
Right. Well,
plane.
he has a 4-seat aircraft,
He's a
and he
big
can play
dude.
2 or 3 people
But
with him.
You need weight restrictions.
Yeah, he's a
Right.
big dude. So are you, Greg.
Well, we've flown in his aircraft. You could actually put 4 people in there if you needed to with very little luggage.
All right, let's do it.
You could do that. So that'd be 3.
So I guess we're not bringing our gear. I guess we're
No, we'd rent. They got plenty of gear over there. We don't need gear.
All right, I'm down.
Just
Yeah.
my mask.
If
But
Dennis
we
is
get-
flying, I've flown with Dennis before.
Well, there's more than 3 of us. I mean, we're talking Vinny, Casey, Jerry, the diver guy, you, Bubble
I
Boy.
thought you said he can only carry 4.
I know. We get another plane, and I would fly it.
You don't have your pilot's
Let's
license.
see. Let's see, CJ. No
Pish posh.
license, heart condition, and flying into the Bermuda Triangle.
I will get my certificate, then we will do it. Or maybe I'll make it a training flight. How about that?
Nope.
It would be a training.
I only fly with experienced pilots.
How about we all have parachutes?
Have a hard and fast
I mean,
rule.
Okay, I'll take a parachute.
No, you don't
Really?
need one.
You would?
Well,
That's
y'all
pretty
are
dangerous.
all up in arms about
Listen,
this.
I
but there's
have
one thing
hundreds
about
Wait, hold on, my God. Yeah, okay, Jerry first. What?
So y'all are all up in arms about this, but there is one thing positive about this.
Yeah.
New wreck site. New
Okay.
dive site.
Thanks, Jerry.
That was a good joke, Jerry.
Fortunately, we wouldn't be around to explore it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
We wouldn't be around to get the laugh.
Yeah.
We go down and rub the side of us. Here lies old Greg.
I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not going to crash my airplane. No way.
Hit the
Nobody
gas
tries to
instead of the
crash.
brake.
No, here's the thing. When you fly to Bimini, it's such a
You're not
going to
convince us.
No, I'm telling you though, what happens? Like you just get altitude. If you get up to like say 4,000-5,000 feet, which is probably the most you need to get to height wise, and then fly to Bimini, you literally could lose your engine and glide to the island almost.
Anybody
It's
can
that
talk
close.
about it.
It's kind of like a long walk on a short pier.
No, it's not. Not at all. Not even close.
Yeah.
Because you don't just drop out of the sky.
Many other things could go wrong besides an engine failure.
Like what? What? Your
Pilot
engine-
error, wind shear.
Spoken like a true non-aviation
Medical
enthusiast.
emergency on the pilot.
I
No,
think
once
we
again,
should
even
go
if
with,
that happened, your autopilot kicks in, Jerry. That's what I'm telling you. If you got up there and you got altitude, you literally could glide almost to Bimini because it's so close
Almost
to the
to
States.
Bimini.
Almost
The keyword is
Yeah.
almost.
Right to
Well,
the side of the wreck.
Once again, if you get enough high enough altitude, it's so close.
Wow.
It's almost.
A lot of BS going on
No,
today.
you guys, you just don't know. You should learn a thing. You could learn a thing or two listening to Just Plain Radio.
So I should learn to go on a flight with an unlicensed, brand new pilot.
That's right. Learn to risk your life.
Nope.
You'll be better for it. You'll be a better
Think of
person.
it this
better
way,
diver.
CJ. If we go with him over there, then he'll have that many more hours under his belt.
Yeah.
You
I'll
can
be
get them
getting more
before I
experience.
jump in.
Well, I mean, and like I said, if you feel that concerned, just wear your BC and dive gear in
I'll
the
go with Dennis.
airplane.
I'll go with Dennis.
I'll go with you, Greg.
All right. Bubble Boy's willing to risk his life. There's that.
I'll ride with you, Greg.
All right. Well, so I got
Well,
Vinny,
I'll just go ahead and ride with CJ and Dennis.
Casey, and Bubble Boy.
If anything
Okay.
happens, Greg, I've got like 25 hours on like Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Right. Well, there's
There
that.
you go.
I've got-
That's a relief.
Yeah.
I've got 300 hours flying Cessnas, so
Yeah. We do have to have a life raft, by the way, in the airplane, just in case.
well, if we got 3 or 4 BCs, we just strap them together. That's a wrap.
true.
We just said we're not bringing gear because
Oh,
of
that's
weight
right.
issues.
We can't. bring
Jared
gear.
can bring his inflatable girlfriend.
Well,
Poked a hole in her.
oh boy, that's enough.
No.
Oh golly. All right. Well, we're gonna get on back. Well, get back on track for diving. Maybe we'll focus on staying stateside.
You have to let some air out during the winter for traction.
Oh boy. Yeah, overexpansion because of the cold weather. Is that what you mean?
No.
Yeah.
Like tires.
Oh. All right. Well, look, we mentioned this last week about a pretty cool dive program where they're giving away 150 dive spots in the Florida Keys for you to dive for free. And we're going to talk to the guy behind that madness in hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Stay close.
Show from Captain Ron to Jock Cousteau. They all love Scuba Radio. On the boat or down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go! Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. By the way, we are the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Also, believe it or not, after 26 years, the most downloaded podcast in the world, they say, because we've been doing it too damn long and are too stupid to stop. So, it's
Are the champions.
Okay, we do a little bit of that. So it is a thing. Welcome aboard for the party. And we're making the best of it. Now, who wants to dive for free? Raise your hand.
I do.
I
do
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
I do.
I think there's not a diver on the
Me.
planet that wouldn't want to dive for free. And when you had the fact that you could dive in the Florida Keys for free.
Warm water.
Yep, warm water, and actually even make a difference. That's a big, big bonus. Now, Michael Goldberg is with us right now on the phone. He is with iCare, a fine organization down there in the Keys. Mike, welcome to Scuba Radio. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fabulous. Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. So you are the guy or the organization behind this madness. This is going to happen the first, around the 3rd to 5th or something. Let's see. I got the dates. I don't just have them right here in front of me, but I want to say it's the 3rd of May. Is that right? That
Second,
Thursday?
so
second.
It's the second. It's the 2nd through the 5th.
Okay, 2nd through the 5th.
It's
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's that weekend in May, and if you go to iCare's website, which actually there's a link to the Trash Derby, 2nd annual Trash Derby. You can sign up and dive for free and pick up some trash. Might even win some stuff. That's kind of it in a nutshell. Is that what's going on, Mike, or what? What is it?
Yes. So what I did is kind of crazy. I raised enough money to charter 15 different dive shops from Key Largo to Key West for 2 days.
Right.
So
Nice.
anyone, which is a
Insane.
crazy kind of concept, insane amount of work and to pull this off. But what it gives is any diver that wants to come down to the Keys and dive on the 3rd or the 4th of May, they can come down, help us clean up the reef. It's absolutely free. You can dive on the shop in Big Pine, Key West, Marathon, Key Largo, Tavernier, Islamorada. You pick your dive, you pick your shop. There is more than one shop in every location participating.
I love this.
And
I love this. Yeah. And by the way, I want to just mention it. You can get a direct link to it. iCareTrashDerby.com is the website. You can go and start if you're having trouble finding that website to sign up for those free spots.
I have a question. Do you need to bring your own bag for the debris, or do they provide one?
Fabulous question. So we provide everything.
There you
So,
go.
Awesome.
All you have to do is show up. We will providing all of the cutting tools. The dive shops are going to have all of the lift bags, collection devices, net bags, everything. All you have to do is show up and help out. And you have the chance to win thousands of dollars in dive gear if you participate.
Yeah.
It's that simple. All you got to do is show up.
Yeah, and you'll be entered in you'll be entered in a raffle just for participating. And then beyond that, isn't there like other categories, like the area that brings up the most trash will get a extra something, or you got different kind of categories for prizes and things like that, right, Mike?
Yes, we do. So not only do we have a large focus on people that want to go diving and pull up debris from under, we also have divisions for people that want to clean up on shore. So maybe your significant other doesn't dive. You come out, you dive, your significant other can get involved in a shoreline cleanup and compete that way.
Right.
We have thousands of dollars that we're giving to different categories, most monofilament, most unique, and greatest amount.
I love
so
this.
They can participate that way.
This is so cool. And you know how you guys, you are the point person that kind of helped put this together or bring the groups together to fund a massive event like this. But we got to give a shout out to the Monroe County Tourist Development Council. Let's see, the National Marine Sanctuary Foundation down there in the Florida Keys, and of course your organization iCare. So that's how this is all happening. This is totally legit. You almost hear this like this must be a scam. There must be a catch. But Michael has just been able to pull these organizations together and put together this event. It's the 2nd annual. How much garbage did you guys pull up for last year when you did this for the first time?
Last year in a day and a half of collection. We pulled out 12,700 pounds.
Wow.
And we only had 200 people participating, and nothing was free. And I literally spent $1,000 to advertise.
Right.
So this year we have national campaigns. We're here on the radio today. If you're a diver in the United States, you're going to know this event's taking place. You have to be someone who just buries their head not to know that we have this massive event where everyone that gets to come and dive for free.
Yeah, it is
the
impressive.
Website is iCare, I-C-A-R-E, iCareTrashDerby.com. Go on that site. Super easy to register. You can pick your dive shop or pick your location, and then that helps you pick your dive shop. Do your homework, figure out which dive shop you want to be at, which island you want to be vacationing on. If you're coming down from Miami for the day, or you want to go take the ferry down to Key West for the weekend, come on down and help us clean up the ocean, clean up the shoreline. Let's make this Florida Keys even better than it already is.
I love it.
Would it be a good idea to jump on that pretty quick? Because I would imagine those boats are going to fill up pretty fast.
Well, yeah, but you got like 150 spots or something. It's crazy. The buy-in from all the different operators up and down the Keys. You got quite a capacity to handle a big crowd of people. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah, we do. It's probably closer to 300.
Wow. Okay.
It is going to fill up fast. We've already got two of the boats. Two of the operators already sold out.
Yeah.
So it's not going to take long. Once people get the word that they get to come and hang out and do some cool stuff. Mm-hmm. And then there's a festival at the end in Isla Mirada. We had live music. We're going to have fantastic food, all sorts of conservation-minded vendors. Last year we had 35 different vendors, people coming in from all over the country. One of my favorites that's coming this year is a nonprofit called No Fins Attached, something near and dear to every diver's heart, I'm sure. And they're going to be there. There's going to be so many different vendors where you can learn about ways that you can conduct your life maybe a little bit better, so that maybe you don't create as much trash, reduce your single-use plastics.
Right.
How we can be a better participant in what we all know here, certainly in the Keys and in South Florida, the problems that we're having with climate change. Really, that's kind of the target.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that it does is super important. Is iCare is all about restoring our coral reefs. We have a team of scientists and interns, and you'll learn about how we are restoring our reefs, what we're doing. You can learn about the science behind the corals. One of our partners is Mote Marine. Our biggest partner is Mote Marine Laboratories. Mote Marine is an absolutely fabulous group. They have the world's leader in coral science.
Yeah, I'll tell you. We were down there and we met Michael and the gang and did that a few weeks ago. And it is impressive. iCareTrashDerby.com. Get there, get those free spots, and help save the seas. More coming up.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
How, when, and where it's made has never been more important than now. Just ask all those divers and dive shops that struggled to get products and parts during the pandemic. One relatively new gear manufacturer, however, managed quite well. Nex is one of the few, if not only, dive gear manufacturers to bring regulator and design assembly back to the USA. No shortages during the pandemic for their customers and dealers. And get this, Nex was a Tester's Choice winner in Scuba Lab for 2022 and a Best Buy in 2023. Each Nex regulator system is made to order, cutting down on overhead and allowing you to get exactly what you need for the kind of diving you prefer. This will be the last regulator you'll ever need, since the modular design can easily be modified as your diving skills and preferences evolve over time. Are you ready to make your next dive your best dive? Then go to nextdive.com. That's nexdive.com. Next Underwater Products. Nexdive.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
What you doing in my waters?
The show is a disaster.
I got something to show you.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
Hi there.
Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master.
I'm old Greg. Pleased to meet you.
I'm not. Hello, fishies.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am old Greg, but I'll tell you, I'm not too old to take advantage of some free diving in the Florida Keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is such a good effort.
I'm like not 99%. I'm 100% there.
We have got to make that happen. That is impressive stuff that they're doing with iCare. Once again, iCare, trashderby.com. Go there, get those spots while they last. I mean, he said he had like 300 spaces to give away for the first weekend of May there. And
He also said 2 of the boats are already full. So
yeah, but
like I said, jump on it.
That's what I wasn't sure if you were able to pick the dive operator you want. I mean, he's got like all the operators.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I think he said you could
In the Keys, yeah, but
jump
yeah,
on the website, check it out.
Yeah, and pick the operator of your choice.
Who knows? You might even get to dive with us.
You might, because we're going to probably take advantage of that. We're not.
That sounds like a road trip just made for us.
Hell yeah!
So true indeed. But it's kind of neat that I mean, this is in all my years of doing scuba radio, I've never heard of anybody giving away like 300 dive spots like that. That is one of the few times I've ever seen where, like, governmental organizational funds are being used in a really positive way to solicit or to, basically you're turning into like a citizen scientist or, I don't know, scuba diving trash collector, which is fine too.
It's win-win.
Yeah. I mean,
I would say probably a good idea to wear gloves in case you pick up anything sharp.
Yeah, they'll have all kinds of You'll go through a briefing.
I mean, I would just bring mine.
They'll tell you what they want you to do and how to handle the trash and all that kind of stuff, what to look for. There's certain things under there that you probably don't want to bring up. They might be inhabited by marine life. So they'll have I know for a fact they'll have a briefing and stuff. But, he alluded to it towards the end of our little chat about the coral restoration that they're doing there down in the Keys. That's how we met Michael. It's been, a couple months now, I guess, at least, maybe a little longer. We were down there in the Keys.
I think it was in the summer. Yeah.
Yeah, and we went down and we watched, we went over to Moat Marine down there in the Florida Keys to see what they were doing. And, man, it is an impressive technology, how they're taking these little, I don't know, about quarter-size, puck-size living corals, and they're like creating like a checkerboard of this coral to replant on the reef. And then when they do it like that, supposedly they morph into each other and grow
they've got
much
these
more
little
rapidly.
nurseries, and if I remember right, he said the way they've perfected it is they now have them growing 3 times faster.
Oh, I think it's even faster than that.
They used to.
Yeah.
Or by nature.
Right.
So they're able to really do a lot of good.
So with all the, coral die-off, global warming, whatever, that's affecting the corals all around the world, this technology that they're trying to exploit and replicate around the world is impressive. I mean, it like gives you hope that we may have a way to combat, a lot of the problems we're seeing on reefs around the world. So, it all comes, together with that, picking up the trash, clean up the reef, and eventually maybe it'll do some coral restoration type stuff too. So we're talking to them about doing some of that with them down the road as well. It sounds like the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad's on board and willing to jump into the water and do some of that. I know Vinny Two Tanks, he'd probably even fly in from California to participate. Would you, Vinny? What do you think? If he turns on his mic, we might actually find out if he will or not. But how about now?
He just muted it.
No, not yet.
What do you think, Vinny? Nope. Nothing.
Push the button again.
I think he's unplugged it.
You think he unplugged his microphone?
Does he have microphone on backwards again?
No, can you hear me?
There he is.
The red button was pushed.
Yeah, it's okay.
Damn red button.
That's called the mute button. Just to educate Vinny and the rest of the world on Vinny's trials and tribulations of being a radio guy.
Gifts
but God bless him.
Radio.
We love him for who he is. What do you think? Would you participate? Would you come to California and do that?
Yes, of course I'd go to that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
It'd be better if he came to Florida, Greg.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to do a beach cleanup. They do those all the time, various clubs and things, and God bless them for doing it. But this is like a whole nother level.
Just to clarify, like Casey mentioned, I caught it. This is in the Florida Keys.
Yes.
You said come to California.
Oh, I said, I meant come from.
Yes.
Yeah, because Vinny's
over. I don't want to
in
confuse anybody that just popped in.
Well, hopefully they'll replicate this program and do it all around the country or the world for that matter. Like I said, this is one of those things, these ideas, like, golly, this is amazing. I wish more, the National Marine Sanctuary, government gets involved and they fund all these different projects. I've never seen something come in and fund something like this that would affect the recreational diving community and encourage them to participate on a level that probably we've never seen before, I think. I don't know. Dr. Doug, you've been around the block or two. I mean, what do you think about this whole campaign they're putting together, or project? Sounds pretty impressive.
I think it's great. We did, remember with Force Blue a couple of summers ago, we did the same sort of thing. We went down to Anna Marie Island and took out a bunch of trash. It was a great idea.
Yep. Force Blue does great work like that too, but they don't usually pay their divers, or just off the street. I think the Force Blue guys, they get compensated a little bit to participate, especially the ones with challenges from their activity in the armed forces and things like that. So they use it as a mental way for them to rebound from their challenges that they faced for their service. But it's good stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I love it because nothing bums you out more than you're enjoying a nice dive and you got good visibility, nice warm water, and then you see trash.
Yes.
And it's like, ugh.
Right. That is an instant downer. I will say in all my travels, there's one standout dive where I had that scenario happen where I was very disappointed. And I love the area. I love the diving. But I got to say, when I went to the Red Sea, I experienced a situation where we were tethered together with like 10 other liveaboard boats. I mean, it was a crazy number of divers. And I'm not blaming the diving or that it's, too impactful or anything like that. But we got underwater and there was obviously trash under the water that either, that they just allow to happen or blows off of boats or what.
Was it floating or was it on the bottom?
No, it was
both?
on the bottom. It was, it wasn't any, and I don't even know that it came from the dive boats. But to your point, that kind of ruined your day a little bit.
Let's go clean it up.
Yeah, you see all this beautiful marine life and critters and stuff. It kind of goes, oh, come on, we can do better. So maybe we can, and this is one way to do it. iCareTrashDerby.com. More coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo with a buddy or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, I'm Captain Slate from Captain Slate's Atlantis Dive Center in Florida, and you're listening to my good buddy and dive pal, Greg the Dive Master, from the world's first radio show devoted to diving, Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. I love it.
Yes, me too. But I'm kind of biased. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me. Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad connected via the web. Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks. I believe, do we have Dr. Doug still with us too? Yeah, he's still hanging. He's driving.
Dr. Doug's still here.
There you go. And look, Dr. Doug probably doesn't know about this, but we did, with the help of Mermaid Kristen, post a social media.
Oh, no.
What do you mean, oh, no, Bubble Boy? We did a social media fad.
He says, oh, no, because he's in it.
I'm in it.
Oh, that's right. And I guess it's some new social media fad like the ice, bucket challenge or something that's more catered to, I do this and therefore I am great or something. I don't know. It was the script.
Greg doesn't understand technology.
Well, that's true. So basically the script was sent out from Mermaid Kristen to the crew that said, all right, you say something to the effect of, we are divers. Of course we relieve ourselves in our wetsuits and lie about it. And you record a little video, and she put them all together and featured, Bubble Boy, CJ, myself. The Dive God was even on it. Jerry the Diver Guy, Casey the Tobacco Nut, who just bailed. Which, where'd he go?
Yeah, he's
Jerry?
getting computer work done.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well,
the guy's showing up right now.
Gotcha. But Jerry the Diver Guy did it. But I noticed, so let's see. The thing I did was, okay, we are divers. Of course, we block out the fact that we may be swimming around in a sea of fish urine or something to that effect, I said.
Yeah, you said fish pee.
Yeah, fish pee, right. Which is, a factual statement.
I never think that. I only ever think that when you bring it up.
Well, you know who told me this years ago, who put that thought in my head, was Jean-Michel Cousteau.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the one who goes.
I think he'd be more positive about diving.
Well, he would just say, Greg, you're swimming around in fish urine. And I'm like, okay.
Prefer to think of it as salt water.
Yes. That's how I looked at it up until that point.
Ooh,
but
salty.
When a Cousteau tells you that, you take it serious. And
seriously.
Okay. Or serious. And I liked it, and I stuck with it, and it kind of stuck with me. So I shared that as my contribution. What was yours, CJ?
Mine was, of course, we have other expensive hobbies.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And you were playing on your drum set.
Yeah.
And you did a little rim shot kind of thing, or fill.
More hurt us.
Excuse me?
Hurt us.
You heard us.
No, that's what. Max would know.
Yes, right.
Where's Max when we need him?
All right, Bubble Boy, what was yours? We are divers.
Mine was, of course, we go in our suits. She edited it down, so.
Okay, so you talked about the wetsuit thing.
Yeah.
And then, the Dive God did one. I forget what he said.
He goes deeper than.
Oh, that's right. And he just spoke deeper too. It was funny when he came out and I'm the Dive God. Yeah, that was pretty good. And then Jerry said, I don't know what the hell Jerry said.
Who's drunk?
I said whatever it was supposed to be, and then I said the better question is who's drunk.
Well, that wasn't part of the program. You didn't go with the script, Jerry.
Yes, I did.
Well, you're supposed to say, we are divers, we do this. And you just said, the better question is who's drunk?
He didn't understand the assignment.
I'm guessing he didn't. He gets an F. I'm sorry, Jerry, but you failed.
It's lucky I even did it.
Well, that's true. But I watched the video. I was like, what did he do? Because, I mean, look, this comes off of some social media thing that's out there. Like, I work in housekeeping. Of course, we change the sheets every time when someone, changes, whatever occupation or activity. Well, that could be what they say.
I have better things to do than live on social media.
Well, yeah, but you're supposed to contribute and you're supposed to follow. And
I didn't even know what we'd even do it.
Well, obviously, that's why I'm bringing it up. I'm like, when you get an assignment next time, you got to pay attention to the instructions.
Kristen was the editor. She should have kicked it back to him.
Yeah.
We
had a great editor.
Well, she did it.
Obviously did a good job because it's got a lot of views.
Yeah. Oh, it did?
Yeah.
It's over 1,000.
It must have done good because I was there.
Okay. Take credit, even though you failed miserably at the task.
Well,
it's just what we do, or don't do.
A bunch of views just to see me do that.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I don't know what the next
I'm Jerry the Diver guy. Of course I go off script.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's the talent.
Got to be different.
The talent sometimes improvises. It's like a movie, right? And sometimes they just kind of go with their own thing. And I guess that's what Jerry was doing. He's hard to direct. Maybe that.
Right.
Vinny, did you do one, Vinny? Vinny didn't show up in this, did he?
No.
Vinny, what happened?
Well, I'm not good with taking videos. I didn't even know I didn't even know how to do it.
What? Not good with technology? I mean, you didn't like you had to turn a microphone on or anything. God bless you, Vinny. That's fine. We just know we're gonna have to. Maybe what we got to do on the next assignment is team Vinny and Barry, Vinny and Jerry together. And maybe among with the two of them, they might be able to come up with something. You think?
Oh dear God!
Bad idea.
Yeah. Here's your assignment. So Jerry and Vinny get together this week and record a video together of you guys talking about why you love diving so much. And,
oh, God. No, I don't think that's going to happen.
What?
Vinny's busy.
Yeah, I'm the busy guy.
Okay, how about this? Why Vinny Two Danks would prefer to dive with a gourd as opposed to Jerry the Diver guy.
No, that's not true.
Oh, you would prefer Jerry over your pumpkin, your pet pumpkin? You would?
Yeah, Jerry'd be much more helpful than the pumpkin.
Okay, all right. Well, there's Jerry. You rate higher than
I have to
gourd.
excuse Greg. He's clearly out of his mind.
I'm just looking for entertainment for myself. I could care less if this shows up on social media. I'm just thinking that would be hilarious.
Well, you're trying to bait me, and I'm not going to take your bait.
Yeah, Greg.
Come on now.
He's too smart for your crap.
Come on,
Gregory.
He's savvy.
I could give you a response that you'd probably love, but I don't do those things anymore.
I don't know do you know what that means?
He's matured.
Yes.
Manured.
Either that or he's wised up to your manipulation.
No,
I just don't want to be, you just got to be careful what you say.
Well, you wouldn't say anything bad. I mean, you're promoting diving. You would be promoting yourself as a diver.
Look, you scared Duck.
I scared
Dr.
ducks.
Doug away.
Well, can you blame him?
Not really.
I think
I'm considering bailing myself.
It's like every other
I
Saturday.
just need to think of an excuse.
Yeah.
He was on mobile, you know.
Yeah.
hey, look at the
was
time.
Driving. He was driving, so he just hit a rough spot. That's all. He wasn't bailing because he didn't like the conversation. Dr. Doug would record a video for us. I'm sure he would. You know, and once
why
again,
didn't you send it to him?
well, it wasn't up to me, Chris.
You
No,
should've
Kristen
seen
did it. Mermaid Kristen
Should've told her
instigated
to
this.
do it.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, after
You
she
sent
got
him a
yours,
message and said, "Get it done."
why is he arguing with me about
I
this?
don't know. I need to go find a bar. I'm done with the
It's in Greg's
show.
kitchen.
I'm
under
just
the sink.
saying, you know, that's what you use social media for, is to promote your favorite pastime
Well,
to
it worked
people
out.
around the
It
world.
was a fun video. People
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking we need to do more, but we probably need to, you know, reel the crew in a little bit more to be a little more focused. You think?
Send me lines that you want me to say.
Good luck.
Well, I mean, everybody.
Good luck.
Yeah, good point. We let everyone to their own devices, and that's what we got. So it is what it is, and I guess we'll leave it live for there for now. Well, coming up, stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Dad, what are you doing in there?
I look these fish right in the eye, and they look back at me, and they see right through me. They know who I am, these fish.
Come on, baby, and do the fish. I'm gonna teach it to you right. Come on, baby, just like this. We're gonna do the fish tonight. Oh, sing it. Do the fish, do the fish.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Next assignment, the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad are going to do the fish, post it on social media. Kristen's going to put it together, make them look even sillier than they are in real life, and then all hell will break loose and the world will end.
Well, apparently my first video that I just put together for everybody wasn't good enough. So
What?
I'm gonna have to give it up to someone else.
What are you talking about? I thought it was awesome.
I'm sitting here listening to you guys, and I had to get on because you guys are complaining. Well, blame the editor. I did not. Okay. I edited it the way I needed to edit it to make it fit. So sorry,
Right.
Bubble Boy, that you're part
Who
of
said that?
Yeah, I did.
No,
did you
it
say
was
that?
fine.
No,
it was
we were
fine.
ragging on Jerry, not
Yeah,
you.
that was
I
Jerry.
know that. I know that.
And then you all started
I had
busting me.
already
I
made
should have
Jerry-
done
I
this
had-
and this.
Yeah,
I
well,
had
that's
already
right.
asked Jerry to re-record his video once, or I think I had you redo it 3 times.
Yeah,
So
and that was
I
it, and
didn't
that's
wanna
all we
ask
got.
again.
Oh well.
I
I was
again.
tell them I was the easiest to work with because I redid mine like 3 or 4
Well, you're a
times.
professional.
Did you?
I did the drum one twice, and I did another one that was lame.
Hey, I did mine one and done. Thank you very much.
Mine was
Because
short
I'm-
and sweet.
I am a pro. But short and sweet, but you had to do it 3 times, Jerry?
No.
Oh,
I
how
had
many?
it. No, it's just because I
Twice.
just not because of what he was saying. It's just because
Yeah.
I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear the things.
Oh, I
properly.
gotcha. Right. Well, Kristen, she has to whip these guys in shape. She was the editor. She's our
I
social
do as I'm
media
told.
maven. Yeah. What?
I do as I'm told.
Okay. Well, I mean, we just got to get everybody on the same page. Do you have an assignment for everyone else now, Kristen? Now you see this
How inept
cast of
we are.
yeah, exactly. This cast of misfits, how terrible they are at technology.
I don't know. That was a bit of a challenge getting that one from everybody.
That was a brave undertaking.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, sometimes they
I thought
put
it came
these-
out great. It had like
I
over
did too.
over 1,000
Yeah.
unique
Look at that.
Thank you.
plays.
Look at that.
I had to have Casey's wife email me his video. Greg
boy.
had to send me his. It was jumping through some hoops, but it worked out well. in
It
the
did.
end.
You did. Hey, look. Hats off to Mermaid Kristen. She took a total nightmare and put it into something that
Bunch
actually
of random videos and put it together.
Yeah, she turned the nonsense.
It was a good
into
order
something.
too. I like the order of it.
It was good. I mean, and it's one of the latest fads on social media. They're doing this kind of thing.
Well, you don't know that, but
she does. She told me.
She's very creative.
Correct. She is. She's not just a mermaid. She's more than a pretty face. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was proof. I mean, she took all these ugly faces and turned it into something that people actually wanted to look at for a few seconds. So God bless
It
her.
helped that I had this, I don't know if you guys noticed my pattern. I did guy, then pretty girl, then two guys, pretty girl, two guys, pretty girl.
Well, I'd say
it eased the pain a little bit.
Increase the pretty girl quotient, and I think you might have a hit. That would be my 2 cents. So we go pretty girl, Jerry.
We don't have the ratio though. We don't have the numbers.
No, Jerry counts as a girl too.
No, he doesn't. Not a pretty girl.
Oh, that's right.
Come on.
I kid.
Come on.
We kid because
I love you, Jerry, but you ain't a pretty girl.
Well, what you were saying last night when you...
Oh, here we go. Here we go. He just unleashed on you.
You're a
Scott Johnson.
You're a random video.
Well, I mean, it was a video.
Oh, golly. We ought to just record this and put it up on social media.
No, well, it already is.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, and we apologize for it.
Damn you! Damn you!
So, getting back to we are divers and we do this, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's some kind of social media trend going on right now. Kristen, is that the deal? And that's what
it's not just directed towards divers. It's just like everyone's kind of, I keep seeing all these videos. It's like, we're siblings. Of course we share everything we own or things like that.
Yes.
So just like basic common like stereotypes within, I guess like groups of people.
We're married. Of course we hate each other's guts.
Oh.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's one. But But, I mean, yeah, we ought to try to find more diving-related things like that because we can use it to suck in more people to our favorite activity.
Yeah.
I think we should. That's what Kristen is doing, So trying. I mean, she has very little to work with. So what do you...
Well, you're putting this show together, and you have very little to work with, so you make it work.
I mean, that's pretty much the foundation of this show. There's a bunch of losers.
And then there's us.
Oh, right. Oh, there's more? Okay.
You made Vinny laugh on that one.
That's very funny.
It's a low
That's
bar.
all that matters. Scuba Radio designed to make Vinny Two Tanks laugh. That's all.
You made me laugh that time. I like that.
It's the only reason we exist.
Have you ever noticed when he laughs, no one else does?
I know. What's wrong with that?
It's like,
oh my God. Yes.
You may bomb, but at least maybe Vinny will laugh,
No, every once in a while he has one.
All right. Everyone,
He's had one every
once in a while.
I don't know what it was, but it was funny.
The bar is extremely low. And I'll take every win I get when it comes to Vinny Two Tanks. It's a tough crowd, but when you got Vinny Two Tanks there and you get a chuckle out of him,
you're doing good. That's right.
You finally made it. To hell. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But we're having too much fun. But that's what you do. So, Kristen, keep working, keep doing this whole social media thing because you're doing a great job at it. Okay,
Thank you.
And we got to get you diving too. And her birthday is coming up. Last time we celebrated her birthday with her with the Hammerheads and Bimini.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Bimini.
How are things looking for your birthday's coming up again in like what, a week and a half or something, or what's the deal? What's the dealio?
Yeah, a week and a half.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it down for me and Serena to go diving in the Keys, but I've been sick, and so I don't know. It just won't seem to go away.
Yeah.
You know what helps that? Salt water.
Salt water.
It's true.
Well,
It's true.
Don't drink it.
That heals you.
You gargle.
Don't drink it. Oh, you could gargle with it if you have.
It's warm down here today.
Is it? No,
I
it's
had to
not.
use my AC.
It's
Yeah,
75 degrees, Greg.
Dude, I was hot.
Oh, it was freezing last night.
Yeah, I said today, not last night, dickhead.
Okay. Jeez.
No, it's hot out. I was walking my dog. I was hot.
Tomorrow it'll be 47 though. So.
Yeah, it's going to be cold tomorrow night. But
Okay.
right now it's nice.
Yeah. How cold is it where you are, Kristen? How cold is it up there? You're in Virginia. Is that where you're at right now, or where?
It's 37 degrees.
Oh
right
God!
now.
Good Lord!
I just experienced shrinkage.
Well,
just from
Supposed
the
to
thought
snow
of that.
this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Glad I'm not you. And you're right in there with her, right, Jerry? It's cold.
Probably
yeah,
worse
I'm
where
down
he is.
south of her.
Wow.
Yeah, but you're in the
It's
mountains,
44
right?
here.
Higher
In the
elevation.
ice last night.
Yeah, he's near Manasses.
No. That's
No,
Casey.
no. That's up north.
No, that's Homosassa.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
Manassas is by me.
Yeah.
Okay. I could say something. I'm just not gonna.
Please don't.
All right.
Yeah,
Vinny,
don't.
Go
is
ahead,
it is it warm out in Cali today? Warm enough to
It's about-
dive?
Well, it's never warm enough to dive here.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Well, Vinny.
I mean, the water's always cold.
Right.
You got to realize that 50
Today it's
degree
about
water
60,
don't
it's
never
about
warm up.
62 degrees.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, that's a little
cold.
chilly. All right.
It's sunny, but the sun's.
Well, let's all go to the Keys and go dive.
Hell yeah.
Or we just got to go south, and we'll be fine.
I'm
All right,
there,
on
dude.
that note, we're going to wrap it up for this week. Till next time, remember, it's always better where, gang?
Down where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
The world's first scuba diving show. From Captain Ron to Jock Cousteau, they all love Scuba Radio. On the boat or down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.